You're listening to the Talk, Tales, and Trivia podcast, where your host Stephanie talks about an enlightening topic in pop culture and ends with a rave review about something or someone. Talk, Tales, and Trivia starts right now.
Well, hello. This is Stephanie, Talk Tales and Trivia. What are you doing right now? And who are you doing it with? I'm in a silly mood, but that should not deter me from this subject that we're going to be talking about this Friday. It's an important one. But first, this weekend starts the Christmas movies on the Hallmark Channel. I'm so excited, and I hope you are too. This episode is about getting out of our own way, getting out of our comfort zones. It's not easy, and no one said it should be, but it is important. Sometimes we need a reminder that it's normal and natural to be out of our comfort zone. No matter how uncomfortable it is for a time, it's imperative for growth. It really is, and I discovered that in the past couple of weeks. My example and confession is editing is out of my comfort zone, and I've been doing the editing for this podcast for about a month. As you can see, if you go back and listen, they're all different types of trials and errors. I'm using a different microphone right now. So that's out of my comfort zone. But yet, I know that if I am out of my comfort zone, I'm going to grow, and so will you. Getting out of my comfort zone has never been easy for me. Ever. And that's why I've always been in my comfort zone. But sometimes it's necessary and just happens. Certainly, it is natural to take some time to contemplate and be mindful, and perhaps mourn when I lost my precious pet, Winnie, the other week. I found myself out of my comfort zone completely, having to make a big decision that I've never had to make before, having to drive to the emergency vet, late at night, like I've never done before. But I found myself taking more time than usual after I put her down and using the death of my precious baby Winnie as an excuse to be lazy and unresponsive. It wasn't good, but I was out of my comfort zone. I was not expecting to feel that way. Then I realized I needed to find some kind of inner peace, something that was going to help me, something that was going to end my headache, and something that was going to end the whole feeling of change in my life. On the Daily Ohm email I receive every day, I found this. Quote, any initial discomfort we experience when expanding our comfort zones diminishes gradually as we both become accustomed to change and begin to understand that temporary discomfort is a small price to pay for evolution. Isn't that the truth? End quote. And so, in some reflection and perspective, and maybe I counted about 15 crying jags, I was able to finally let the past be in the past. Kind of. And get used to being out of my comfort zone. Which brings me to another uncomfortable zone that I was in. At the same time that all this was unraveling with Winnie, I knew that I had to do something about my eating and my diet. As Winnie became more lazy and depressed and dependent on me, I naturally began to feel guilt for leaving her in my apartment for long periods of time. I think that's pretty normal for pet owners. This led me to eat lots of junk food, and I'm not happy about that. And I also live very close to every kind of fast food joint you can think of. McDonald's is right next door. Dunkin' Donuts is right down the street. Taco Bell. Wendy's. This made me just go to town on eating. I was sluggish and tired all the time, but that was okay because Winnie was too. I was on the carb and sugar downward fall. I think I mentioned it in past episodes. I know I did mention my Malamar and cookie dough situation. The last Wendy's meal I ate was a Baconator combo, and I was full and bloated, and I knew it was all over. I was done. I couldn't even finish the meal. I abandoned my old comfort zone to step into a new, and sometimes easier, kind of, way of living. It's been fun, and I love it, and I've also lost about 18 pounds. But who's counting? Now on to another person that is completely or was completely out of his comfort zone. You know I love Freddie Mercury from Queen. If you didn't know. At one time, he was out of his comfort zone. Can you believe it? Oh, it's true. He was an immigrant from Zanzibar and went to boarding school in India. His given name was Farooq Balsara. When he came to London, he was 18 years old. Freddie had to learn a whole new way of life. Tell me that he wasn't out of his comfort zone. Oh, he was. He came from a very strict family. Doing everything on his own terms, well, it just seemed impossible. It wasn't easy for him, I'm sure, but he got out of his own way, out of his comfort zone, and found a new life as Freddie Mercury. Aren't we happy that he did? And now there's a trivia question that I have for you. Of course, it's on Queen, and I'd love to know the answer. And there is a prize. Here it is. What is the same thing that is mentioned in two separate Queen songs? What is the same thing that is mentioned in two separate Queen songs? Email me your answer at talktalesantrivia@gmail.com. I'd love to know. It's pretty easy to figure out, and it's pretty easy to find it online. So I expect an answer. Your current comfort zone did at one time serve you. What do you think about getting out of your own way and comfort zone? I'd like to know. As I have mentioned in past episodes, there are many younger people being exposed to Queen, reacting to the trailers for Bohemian Rhapsody, listening to vintage Queen, and getting out of their own comfort zone, accepting a change, having a listen to a band and genre they never thought they would be listening to. It's really quite special to see. Keep spreading the word about the Bohemian Rhapsody movie and encourage young people to see it. It's not just about the band and the music. There is a message that we all should embrace. It's okay to be who you are. You are an individual with thoughts and creative ideas, goals, and desires. Do what you dream, free from your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Get to feel uncomfortable, and then that will be your new comfort zone. Don't let anyone stop you from living your life on your own terms. Freddie didn't. And now, a rave with Stephanie. Of course, with the Bohemian Rhapsody movie coming out, I wanted some Queen merchandise. Maybe a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or something. Of course, you can see all the Queen merchandise online. Any social media site will have it, and the internet as well. Amazon especially. But rather than get it from anywhere, go to queenonlinestore.com and buy official Queen merchandise that has been approved by Brian May and Roger Taylor. Support Queen and the movie Bohemian Rhapsody by making sure you buy official Queen authorized merchandise. Please. Do not accept fakes. queenonlinestore.com is the place to go. That is my rave for this episode on comfort zones. You can always reach me at talktalesantrivia@gmail.com. I'm on Twitter, of course, TalkTalesETC, Facebook, Talktales and Trivia, Instagram, Talktales and Trivia. And guess what? You can find my podcast everywhere. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts. Go to talktalesantrivia.com to listen to past episodes and this one if you want to, and share it, and read my blog posts, which are sometimes funny. That is it for this episode. Don't forget about the Hallmark Channel this weekend and tune in next week. I think I'm over my crying jag. I think I'm getting comfortable in my new zone. See ya!